video, I'm going to be showing you a 3D, hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a glamorous French tip design that has a red to red gradient in the background, and those colors are from Double Dip, and actually all the little acrylic colors in here are from Double Dip. I wanted to just kind of do like a classic Christmassy design that was a little bit extra with some bigger glitter chunks and just different things in there. So I hope you love it as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
I'm going to begin by sculpting my nail bed with Cover Pink. And so this Cover Pink is just a pretty, your pretty basic color. So I'm just going to sculpt this out. It's nothing special. I didn't want the nail bed to be glittery or shimmery or anything that would distract away from the other glittery elements to this design. So keep it very basic. And then file the smile line to make sure it is nice and super duper sharp. I always love to file my smile lines when I'm doing something extra fancy like this because it just adds. Now with the color Dear Santa, which is 683 from Double Dip, and it is a gorgeous red, and it's unlike any other red I have because it doesn't even, you can't even really tell on the video, but it's just a creamy, I guess that's probably the word for it. It's creamier than any other red acrylic that I have. And so I'm going to fill in the majority of the tip with that color, and then grabbing the color Oreo Cookies, which is $4.49. And as soon as I saw the name of this color, I was expecting it to kind of darken a lot when I picked up a bead of it. And then it turned into this really pretty shimmery, very just classic red color, and I was so happy because it's so pretty. I'm going to blend that over the red. So like I said, it's a red to red gradient. You don't really see the Dear Santa color as much because it does get covered up by some of those really big glitter flakes that I used, but the whole background is just really soft and pretty. And if you were doing this as a whole set, I would do some nails that were just as it is right now with that intense red tip with the super crisp smile line. It would just be so pretty as kind of like the base nail, and then use this design as the accent. So now, as I said, I'm using these really chunky glitter flake things that I've had for so long, and I've never had the opportunity to use them, and I keep looking at them thinking I need to use them for something. And so I was so excited when I had this idea. I was like, yes, I get to use my glitter flakes. So I'm going to use a little bit of some clear acrylic just brushed on to stick them down so that they don't move around on me before I'm ready. If you're super fast and you can get them pressed into your background color of acrylic, the reds, before they set up too much where they won't stick anymore, then you're good to go. You can skip that little bit of clear acrylic, but I'm too slow for that. So after I have all those glitter flakes, as you can see, they're kind of sticking out to the side, and that's fine. They'll be filed and it'll be all cleaned up. But I'm going to encapsulate this nail with a layer of clear acrylic to make sure that it is nice and strong. And when you're encapsulating over something like those big glitter flakes, and even over the dip of the smile line, use a little bit thinner acrylic so that you don't get a bubble, kind of like foggy air texture problem, so that you just get really nice, crisp, clean, clear lines. So I'm going to file this nail into shape with my e-file to make sure it is nice and smooth, and then with the color Spring Goddess, which is 1376, and a really nice soft gold. It's not as yellow gold as my glitter flakes were, but it's just more of like a nonchalant gold color. I'm going to be sculpting my two bells. So here's the first bell, and here's something that I will probably mention a few times throughout the holiday season, because let's face it, in holidays you use glitter colors. But I was so impressed by Double Dip's glitter colors, all of them. And I didn't really use any of the super glittery ones in this design, more of like just the shimmery ones, but they all sculpt so well. And usually whenever I use a glitter color, I use it very, very wet, because otherwise it just doesn't manipulate well and it doesn't move, and you can't sculpt any detail with it because the glitter just interferes. And I'm not sure what they did differently, but their glitter does not interfere with the texture of the acrylic. So you'll see, like, I can press into it and I can get those nice shapes, and it doesn't make like a crackly edge on it, or it doesn't get funny looking. It's just so nice. So when I was using this, this is the first time I've really used many of Double Dip's like glittery colors, and every time I used one, I was like, oh, a glitter, this is going to be really hard to work with, and then it wasn't. And so I was pleasantly surprised over and over again. So this one, I've got my two cute little bells. I really like sculpting bells and drawing bells around Christmas time, and so I loved these. And then I'm going to use St. Nicholas, which is 748. And much like I described the red, the Dear Santa color, this color is just so creamy to use. I remember before I started doing 3D work, so this was like 7 years ago, I watched a couple 3D videos just out of curiosity, and I was like, man, that acrylic just looks so easy to work with. It is so smooth. And then when I did start doing 3D work, I expected to have that experience, and I usually don't. Usually acrylic, You have to be really careful with it or it's going to, like I say, crack. But this green, especially more than most, even from Double Dip, it really just sculpted like it was a fake product. Like it was one of those videos that you see that I don't even know how they would do it, but it's not real. This color is amazing. So I've got the little green leaves. I'm going to do 3 holly leaves coming up from my bells. Yeah, bells and holly leaves are like top of my list for favorite things to do in Christmas. So whenever a client of mine comes in and says, I want Christmas nails, but doesn't know what, and they're like, you can just do what you want. Holly it is usually, or candy cane stripes. There's just too many choices, but yeah, I'm always a sucker for some holly. So now with Oreo cookies, once again, I'm going to be doing my 3 little holly berries. I wanted them to be nice and shimmery. I wanted this whole design to have this like aura of subtle glam. I guess those big glitter flakes aren't really that subtle, but you know what I mean? Just like this soft, shimmery, warm, Christmassy vibe. And then I'm going to be doing some details with black acrylic paint. I almost did not do any of the outlining with black acrylic, but then I thought the bells needed just a little bit of outlining to really show their shape. And then once I outlined the bells, it was kind of a rabbit hole and it all got outlined. But I probably, if I were just, doing this again, and if you just did the holly, I wouldn't do any outlines. I would just leave them the shape that the acrylic gave it and call it a day. I did do a couple little details as far as highlights go. I would probably still do those, but I would take it easy on the outlines. I'm one of those people that once I kind of get started on something, it's really hard to quit. So I've got all my outlines done now, and I'm going to be doing just a couple little outlines on my holly leaves with a very bright green just to really make them stand out. And then a couple little red dots on my holly berries, and then apply a layer of gel sealer over that background. And it is so pretty with those big glitter flakes. I am so in love with this nail. It's just so glamorous and Christmassy and beautiful. So I've got that very shiny background and then some matte top coat over the 3D little decorations, and this nail is done. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Like I said, this nail combines a whole bunch of my favorite things that are Christmas themed as far as doing art wise, and I don't know why I've always loved doing those, but I have. So I hope you guys are so excited about it as me. Definitely don't forget to check out the Double Dip stuff. I have a discount code in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.